Mixcloud signs a deal with the major record label, Akai adds some crazy new features to their standalone MPCs, and a sneak preview of some of Pioneer's newest hardware. Find out more coming up. Thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. Now let's get into the video. So Mixcloud has signed a deal with Warner Music Group. Now this deal is sort of like the Sony deal that I spoke about in a previous news video a couple weeks ago, and it's really great to see more major record labels getting on board with this kind of format that allows for revenue sharing for their artists on platforms such as Mixcloud. So now if you include a song from a Warner Music artist in your mix, there's now a chance for that artist to get compensated like the way they would get compensated for plays on Spotify or Tidal or iTunes, Apple Music. Now that type of revenue sharing is now available when songs are included from Warner Music artists in Mixcloud mixes. So this is really great. I'd like to see all the major record labels get on board with this because, like I mentioned before, it solves two problems. Now the artists can get compensated for their work being used and posted online, like if they posted it on those other streaming services. And the other side of it is now DJs can fear less and less that their mixes will get taken down because of songs that are on major music group labels such as Warner or Sony. So I really hope that all of the major record labels get on board with this and they can all come to an agreement that DJ mixes are really important, especially in this day and age. You're not just gonna get those kind of views or streams off of just those paid for services, but services such as Mixcloud allow for people to actually discover new songs and new artists and new music in ways that aren't possible on things like Spotify. When you let a DJ mix play for an hour in the background, maybe in the middle of it, a song will catch your ear, and because of this new revenue sharing, the actual artist will get tagged in it, and you'll be able to see what song and what artist it is. And on top of finding new artists as a DJ or just as a listener, that artist gets compensated as well. So this is great all around for the entire music industry, in my opinion, and I really hope that Universal, it seems like they're the last ones to get on board, finally jumps on the train and joins Sony and Warner. It seems like Akai has been busy updating their standalone MPCs, the MPC Live and the MPC X. And in this latest update, they've added some really crazy new features that I think make these standalone MPCs even better. Now, first up, they've added support via Bluetooth for external MIDI devices. Now users are able to use any Bluetooth enabled MIDI device and use it in conjunction with their Akai MPC X or MPC Live, which means you could have a keyboard to play actual chords and keys on top of just using the pads, because not a lot of people are accustomed to just using 16 pads when creating music, and they actually need that keyboard. So to have that in the mobility and portability of just having a Bluetooth connection instead of having to have a separate, MIDI cabled in device really makes a huge difference. And now the bigger part of this update, these two standalone MPCs now actually have Ableton Link support. Now you can take these two standalone MPCs and use them with a piece of software such as Ableton Live wirelessly via a Wi-Fi network, or even apps on an iPad, such as all the iOS apps that have Ableton Link support, without using any wires whatsoever. All you need is a stable Wi-Fi network. This is great, just like having that wireless MIDI via Bluetooth support. Now you can have complete sync with any app that has Ableton Link, which is really cool. And I'm really happy to see Ableton Link getting this kind of support from not only software manufacturers, but now hardware manufacturers as well. And finally, it looks like Pioneer DJ is back with a brand new piece of gear. It's looking like it's called the DJS-1000. It hasn't been confirmed yet officially, but we saw from footage and pictures from the Dirty Bird camp, as well as things on Luciano's IG story, that there's this new piece of Pioneer DJ hardware that kind of fits in line with their industry standard CDJ-1000 Nexus 2, as well as the DJM-900 Nexus 2 as well. And it looks like it fits perfectly. It has the same form factor that you're used to if you're seeing these as the industry standard setup in most, booths out there. It looks like the CDJ-1000 Nexus 2, but instead of a jog wheel, you get a grid of pads. So it looks like this is kind of a twist between the Torres 16 that they came out with, as well as the kind of CDJ form factor that we're all accustomed to as DJs out there. Now, I'm really curious to see what the functionality of this thing is. There's a lot of rumors out there, and there aren't a lot of official details, as Pioneer DJ hasn't officially come out with an announcement. It's kind of just leaked out there, but there's so much evidence that this thing is real and it's really coming out, and that it's Pioneer DJ as well. So just a recap of some of the features that have been rumored is the kind of workflow that you're used to seeing if you ever use the Torres, where you're able to work with samples and actually have a sequencer and sequence them out, so you could have drum samples or loops, etc., and chop them and loop them up and have them on, you know, the actual sequencer that's at the bottom of this unit, similar to the sequencer that was at the bottom of the first Torres. Now, what's really interesting, in my opinion, is that there's the normal cue and pause play buttons like you would find on the CDJ, as well as a pitch fader that you would find on the CDJ. Now, the other rumor that is floating around about this is that you'll be able to take things off of the DJ ProLink network that are playing off of different decks, sample it into this new unit, the DJS-1000, chop them up, sequence them up, and then have that be the output into another channel into the mixer, as part of the DJ ProLink. Now, this sounds really cool, and it sounds like something that a lot of DJs that are more performance-based and aren't just playing, you know, off of 2 decks and track after track and want to be more interactive with the crowd, this sounds like something that they would want. Something that I could see the Torres being, but because of that different form factor and more of a studio form factor, didn't really fit into DJ booths. So smashing it into a CDJ style case and having that ability to just slide it into the slot of what could have been a 3rd CDJ or 4th CDJ in the DJ booth makes a lot of sense. And the kind of workflow, if it's connected to the DJ ProLink and the beat grids line up and everything is synced up, just makes it so much easier. And the accessibility to have the ability to change something that you're mixing on the decks, put it in to this new deck and chop it up and resequence it and resample it and push it out and make that actual performance your own piece of art. It sounds really cool, and I'm really curious to see what the actual official, you know, details of this are. And I'm sure because of all this information linking out that we'll see an official announcement soon. And be assured when it does happen that I'll have all the details on this channel. So that's it for the news this week. So question today, are you interested in this new DJS-1000? Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And as always, if you found this video useful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click right here to subscribe to this channel. Or if you'd like to watch more content, go ahead and click on that video right there. And thank you for watching PDot TV, where you'll find tips, tricks, and tutorials for DJs and music performers. See you next time.